Hey everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz, and let's fix some cars. It's episode 4. We have 359 experience now. In between the last time and this time, I kind of putzed around and did a couple of easy jobs, but now we're going to do the story mode. We have this old lady, I think. So it says, "Good morning, hello young man. Please help me. I set off on a ride and my car stopped working. It just shut down suddenly. Fortunately, some good young men towed me to your workshop. If it weren't for them, well, I'd rather not go into it. Please see what you can do to get it up and running again. I have no idea what could have happened. Usually everything was just working just fine after a 6-month break. Thanks for setting up a workshop here in the middle of nowhere. In the meantime, please allow me to use the restroom. I'll see you soon." So she's going to use the restroom while we fix the car. We know we have to change the oil and then other tasks. Let's see what this involves. We're going to take the order here. Oh my goodness, her car is looking pretty old here. Let's get this in here. We are going to help you, ma'am. Don't worry about it. So let's see what information we have here. Car status. All right, engine seems to be fine here. 75%. She does have pretty high standards. Oh my goodness, there's so much wrong. Ignition wires, fuel pump, fuel filter, clutch place, clutch release bearing, belt tensioner, alternator, radiator. Oh my goodness, she just needs a new car, ma'am. The starter, that would explain a lot. Spark plug, so we don't have to figure out what anything is. Changing all the fluids as well, and might as well change oil. All right, where do we get started? Nothing with the brakes. Spark plug, this is all relay type, so that's a fuse, some belts, some timing belts and stuff like that, some pumps. And man, this car is clutch plate. That's way down the bottom, I think, there too. But I don't think we have to take the engine apart. Let's get stuck in. Let's do the oil first. We'll drain that. We'll get up under there, and then we'll start just messing around, seeing what we can fix. I'm not quite sure the best order to do this in. I'm sure that's what, after you do a bunch of these, you probably have a rough idea on the order you should do these things in. But yeah, I don't really know. But it looks like brakes were all okay. So let's go over here and get our oil drain going. We're going to move that over where car lift 1 is. We're going to use it, get the oil out. All right, this is going to be a lot of work. All right, I'm going to do a couple quick things here, then I'm going to write back. I'm going to just sort some things out here. We're going to put that back. Alrighty, so I cleared out our shopping list so we know what's going on here. That, I think, can we get that from down here? Nothing wrong with the suspension, right? I think we need to get our oil filter off. Let's take that off. I4. All right, 2%. Oh, man, you need an oil filter. So let's go buy a new oil filter. I4, we have one already because we had an extra one. So let's put that on. Get that started. Oops, don't want that. Just want to put it right on here. Part mount. We have an I4 in stock. Just put that right on. Good, we got one thing done. Excellent. Now, this is a radiator? Here's the alternator. We need to take the alternator off. Accessible from the engine bay. I think most everything else we're going to do from up in there. The starter, we're going to do that here. Starter we can do here. All right. This looks like it just attaches, and I don't know if we have to do anything in the gearbox. Let's take it off and see. Oh, we can't because it's attached to something else here. Let's get out of this. We'll just leave that for right now. That's okay. What am I doing? I'm just running all over the place. Don't get seasick here. It's all okay. All right, let's go back up now to the top. Let's see what we can see here. All right, engine. Now we have to take off the head cover. I'm sure we do, because we have to get out the spark plugs and stuff, and I think they're going to be under this. We'll get going here. There's a lot to do on this car. It's going to be a fun one. One more bolt there. Good. Oh, maybe we didn't have to take that off. I was looking for the spark plugs, but they're probably over here on the intake manifold, right? Don't have to do anything there. We'll just put that together later then. What? We can't take off the intake manifold. Why not? What's holding it down in place? The throttle. Gotta take the throttle off first. All right. Now, can we take the intake manifold up? No. We've got to take the fuel rail off. All right, now if we take the intake manifold off... Oh, boy, that's a lot of work. There's the fuel filter over there, too. I see it. I think the intake manifold must be where the Maybe this isn't where the... I probably should look a little bit first before I just start taking stuff apart. Yeah, we didn't have to take that apart at all. Well, we found the fuel filter. That's good. Get that off. I think we have one of those, right? Because I bought one of those by mistake. So let's put the fuel filter back on. All right, that's on. So we got that fixed. Let's put the intake manifold back on. I don't think we need to take this stuff off. I don't know what I'm doing. We may have had a little bit of Christmas beverages before this episode, so my logical thinking process here might not be the best. Put the fuel rail in and the throttle back on. All this stuff's okay. All right, so we get that back together. We don't have to take the engine head cover off either. Put that on. Get these bolts back in. But we're making progress, slowly but surely. We've got the fuel filter done. God, if you're a real mechanic, I probably look like really bad here. Okay, so where are the... Here they are. Ignition wires. That's what we need to take off. Spark plugs are under the ignition wires, right? Right there. All right. They are 10%, so we need to replace the ignition wires. Now, was it... I think it was all 4 spark plugs, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, all 4 spark plugs, and we had to replace the ignition wires too, right? They were bad. Ignition wires, yep. Okay, so let's get these taken care of. Spark plugs out here. 1, 2, whoops, get right in close. Wow, these are terrible, 4%. I wonder why your car's not running. Man, we got your back here. All right, oops, do that. So we need to go buy spark plugs. Let's get the spark plugs on the list. Let's get the ignition plugs on the list. We have to get the starter too. We might as well get all this stuff. So let's go buy this stuff now. The tablet, these are going to be... nope. The ignition plugs are going to be electronic stuff. So now we're going to open the shopping list. Spark plug, we want that. We need 4 of these. All right, buy parts. And we're going to open the shopping list. We need the ignition wires. We just need 1 of these. Buy the part. Let's go back. The alternator, is that going to be car part? Let's just check. Starter. Starter's probably, yeah, that's probably electronics, right? Let's do open shopping list. Starter. There it is. 80 credits. We'll buy that. Excellent. Let's get the spark plugs back together. I don't think there's anything else we need to take in here. I'm gonna put these in. Spark plugs going in. Yep, no problem. 1, 2, 3. Another spark plug goes in. 4. Let's get the ignition wires on. Excellent. Okay, so down here looks rusty and stuff. What's down here? Water pump. Yes, alternator's bad. This is rolled. So this area in here needs help, right? Oh, we have to replace the radiator too. So we're going to drain that first. Belt tensioner, alternator, clutch plate. I think the clutch plate, is that under the gear shaft? No, the gearbox maybe? Probably, right? That sounds like those would go together. Water pump, timing belt, starter, we got... Yeah, a lot of the stuff is over here. Let's come up here first. We should drain the radiator because otherwise it's going to leak all over the place. So we're going to do that. Drain tool. This is like the first time I will have drained the radiator correctly. We can just take this right off too, right? Radiator is 10%. Do that. We're just going to take it off. Off we go. Good. Now we can get right at this stuff here. All right, so the alternator's got to come off. Serpentine belt A, that's 3%. Wow, her car's just a wreck here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alternator can come off. That's got to come off. A couple of bolts here. All rusted up. This car's going to be good as new when we get it done here. Making progress. Water pump. Nope, that's not it. Serpentine belt. That we need. Water pump. Now, we drained it already, so we shouldn't have leakage here. Every time I take the water pump off, we get $50 in fines. Yes, okay, because we drained the radiator. We're good. Roller A is good. Good. This looks pretty good. That crankshaft looks okay. Let's go buy some parts and see if we can put this back together. So we need a roller. We need a water pump. We need serpentine belt. We need alternator, serpentine belt A, radiator C, and we already got a starter. We're good. The spark plugs are all in. All right, so let's go buy this stuff and let's see if we can put it back together here. Tablet. Let's see what we got here. We need spark plug starter. We need. This is not electronic stuff. Any of this stuff electronic stuff? No, this is not electronic stuff. So let's get out of here. Go back to our parts. There we go. Shopping list. Let's get radiator C. Excellent. We'll buy that. This is going to be an expensive job too. I hate to say it. Car parts. Open shopping list. Serpentine belt A. Yep. We're going to buy that part. Back. Oops. Going on open shopping list. Alternator. That's got to be in starter electronics or something like that. Let's just get it this way. Shopping list. Alternator. There we go. 200 credits. That's a lot of parts. I'm going to make some money here. Car parts. Shopping list. Serpentine belt 14. That's okay. We need that. We're going to buy that part. Open shopping list. Water pump. Did we get that yet? I don't think we did. We're going to buy that part. Shopping list. Idler roller A. Yep, we got to get that. Buy that part. Good. Let's put this all back together now. So we're going to put this stuff on. We can start with idler roller A. Sure. Okay, we got that on. Put the belt in. Good. Let's get next thing on here. Which is the alternator, I guess. Water pump we can put on. Sounds good. All right, water pump's on. A couple of bolts in there. Get that going. This is looking much better already. Let's get the serpentine belt on. Good. Got that going. Let's zoom out a little bit. We can put the radiator in. Sure. Might as well. Okay, radiator's in. Alternator's got to go in. All right. Bolts here. I feel like we forgot something. Oh, this belt on the outside, right? Here we go. Right there. Serpentine belt A. We'll put that on. Good. How we doing here now? We got to get the clutch. Fuel pump. Okay. Fuel pump's in the back. We learned that a couple episodes ago. Relay type, that's a fuse. Starter we have. Timing belt, I think, is on the top of this. That's a different place. Belt tensioner, cam gear. Yeah, I think that's on the timing mechanism, probably on the other side. Clutch plate. Where the heck are the clutch plates? I want to say they are in the gearbox over here. I hate to take this apart if we don't have to, but I think we do. I have to get it from under the car. I think this is where the clutch plates are. Because gears, clutch, that makes sense, right? Okay, so let's put it up, see if we're right here. Kind of making this up, we're kind of winging it, but we'll see how this goes. The search for the elusive clutch plate. So let's get this. To get the gearbox off, we have to get the drive shaft off. To get the drive shaft off, we have to get, I don't know how we do this. How do we get the gearbox off? Suspension? This is kind of baffling. I don't want suspension. We need the engine here. Click there. Gearbox. Okay, how do we get the gearbox? Oh, we can just take the drive shaft right off. All right, so drive shaft comes off with these 4 bolts. This is a big job. I imagine this must be really expensive in real life. Sticky bolt. On out. Excellent. Okay. Gear shafts off. Now, can we get the gearbox? Yes, we can. All right. A lot of bolts on the gearbox. This is a major surgery. Okay, let's keep going. All right, gearbox is off. Is this the clutch plate? It is. There we go. Clutch bearing release, 3%. We're going to get that off. Yep, that need to be fixed. Clutch pressure plate. Where's that? Is that okay? A lot of bolts on this. I think this one's okay. I think we can put this back on. We'll just check to see what the bad parts are. There's something else bad under here. Oh, look at this. This is all rusted. Clutch plate. It's only 13%. Is that all we need down here? Those 2 things? Clutch place, clutch release bearing. Yep, that's it. Fuel pump, that's all the stuff is on the other side. Started, that's every place else. All right, so let's get those parts. We need the clutch plate. We need the clutch release bearing. Let's go buy those from our shopping list. Open shopping list, clutch plate. There we go. We'll buy that part. Shopping list, clutch release bearing, 35 credits. Buy that part. Back out of here. Let's put it on. Flywheel's got to go on, right? Wait. Oh, we want to take this on here. So clutch plate. Let's get the clutch plate. We want the new one. Excellent. Clutch pressure plate. The one we had, that was still good. Bolts in. It's a lot of work. Everything around the engine needs to be fixed on this. And the clutch bearing plate. Let's get that there. Good. That's in place. Now we can get the gearbox back on. Yep. Put that in. All right, get those bolts in place. Zoom out a little bit. Bolt there. Good. And we got to get the... zoom out here and get the drive shaft on. There we go. Bolts in over here. The top. 2, 3, 8 bolts, and we got it. These bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now I think the timing mechanism is probably... where is it? Brake servo. No, I think we got to go over here. Let's kick out of this and do the engine. I think we're going to do the timing from up top. Maybe not. Let's see if we can find it. I'll be right back in 1 second. I got to find the side, how you access the timing stuff for this. All right. I think we get the timing belt stuff from the top. But while we're here, we're going to do the fuel pump. 6%, so that needs to be replaced. Let's get one of those on the shopping list. Kick out. Use our iPad, car parts. Open shopping list. Fuel pump. We'll buy that. Excellent. Let's put this back in. Making progress here. Perfect. That goes in. Now let's go put the car down and see if we can get at the timing belts. I don't quite know where they are on this one, but I feel like we should. I feel like I've done this before. Somewhere here on the engine, we're going to see access to the timing belts. Here we go. Timing cover. I think we should have taken that apart when we took all this stuff apart, but we didn't. Or did we? Yeah, we took that all apart, right? We put that all back on. So sometimes there's another side to it. Huh. There's the fuel filter. We did that. Fuel pump we got. Engine block. I'll poke around here till I figure out what's going on. All right. Yeah, here it was. So we did the outside of it, but I didn't take off the timing cover to get at that. So this is where we've got to be in here. Here is the bad belt tensioner. So we got that out. And this is probably the timing belt that we have to replace. Yep, 5%. And then here's a cam gear, 10%. Good. So and that should be everything in here. So let's go get these 3 things: cam gear, timing belt, belt tensioner. Do that. And we just have to put this back again. So not the most efficient pathway through this, but what the heck, we're learning. So we'll buy that, the cam gear. Let's open up our shopping list. The timing belt, we need another one of those. This is major surgery. Belt tensioner, we need one of those. And let's come back in and see if we can put this back together now. Cam gear goes on. Yep, replaces the bad one. Then the belt goes on. Yep, and then the belt tensioner goes on. Put the bolt in. Now we should be good. I'm going to put the timing cover back on. Put the crankshaft pulley back on. Put that bolt in. And now let's take a look just to make sure we're doing okay. Good, we got idler roller A. But I think that's on the outside here. Relay type A. Yeah, these are all the outside stuff. So I think we're good once we get this together. I think we're going to be fine. This roller goes on. Yep. Put the bolt in. Because this is stuff we all did before. I just didn't go far enough to get under the timing cover here. Lesson learned. Good. I think that's everything down here. Right click. How we doing? Looking good. We got relay. Those are fuses. Relay type B, and then the starter, which we took off somewhere. Where did we put the starter here? It's over here somewhere. I gotta find the starter. I'll be right back once we find that. Oh, here it is. So we'll put the starter on. A new one. Bolt that in place. Good, we're getting close to the end now. Let's kick out and let's go into the fuse box. Take that off. Good. We're going to just run our diagnostics on this because this is the fastest way to find the broken fuses. So we'll just let the multi-tool do its thing. We'll find the bad fuses. There it is. Relay type A is at 1%. That's why the car's not starting and running, I bet. And relay type B at 1%. Those two need to be fixed. So which ones are the bad ones here? Relay type C. Here it is. This one's got to come out. Relay type A. Relay type B. Perfect. Okay. Let's go to get these on our shopping list. And I think these are probably... Oops. I'm going to go to the store with their iPad. These are probably going to be electronics, right? Shopping list. Relay type B. There it is. 30 credits. This is a major job. Relay type A, 30 credits. Buy that. And let's put the fuse box back together. Concentrate on that. Green. Relay type B is going to go in. Relay type A is going to go in. Good. I'm going to put the fuse cover on. Good. That's on. Now, how are we doing? If we right click, car status, lots of green checks here. Green checks all over the place. Excellent. Other tasks. We're just going to go drain the fluids, brake fluid, coolant, power steering, refill the windshield washer fluid, and we got to fill in the oil. So we've seen that a number of times. I'm going to go do that. Then we're going to, and I'll run some diagnostics, and then we're going to cash this one in. I think we've completed our surgery here. Alrighty, so we've run our diagnostics. We put all the fluids in. I think if we look here at our checklist, all these things are green. We did quite a bit. A lot of electronic stuff under there. Pretty efficient, I think. I mean, we took apart the, we didn't get into the timing belt area, so we had to take that apart and put it together twice. But other than that, let's see if we can finish the order. If we've forgotten anything. Yes, score. Up to 9,000, and we hit level 5. Excellent. Whoops, and we looked at the ceiling again like we always do when we hit a level. Now we have 3 skill points. Let's go in here and get this next one for Renovator. Fill that one up. Enter to unlock. Boom. Okay, we have 1 skill point left. We're going to save that, I think. We're going to go here for the next one. We're going to kind of keep pouring it on for Renovator. 9,000, so we're getting closer to this garage upgrade at 10,000. I think we're going to probably want to get 11,000 because we're going to need a little bit more maybe for parts, because I don't know if you can go negative in the game. And then once we get that, then we can get this brake lathe, the workbench, engine tools. These are all the things we can buy that are going to allow us to do a lot more stuff other than the kind of the basic repairs that we're doing now. Also want to get the welding one because I want to start doing body work too. I think that'd be pretty fun. Another episode, some more progress. We're up to level 5, 9,000 credits. Making pretty good progress. What do we got here for the next one? Hinata Moon Mark 1 Sunrise. Getting some good reviews. Okay. I'm not sure what we'll do next episode. We'll figure out something. But heading for 10,000, we want to try to push on to level 6 next time. Thanks for tuning in. That was a big repair, another big surgery, another product, another kind of productive episode. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I'll probably do a couple of jobs and then come back for something, maybe 2 or 3 jobs later. But see you soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day.